No.
Why?
Thankless. I mean, I think it's a thankless job. I mean, with that said, I think Conan's going to kill it. I'm very excited about that. This one, I think, is the fun one. I think once you do this one, it's very hard to imagine doing anything else. Just the way people are seated, and it feels a little bit less stuffy. But the Oscars, man. A lot of respect for my buddy Jimmy Kimmel, who I feel like has done an incredible job over the years, but has never said anything that made me think, oh, I'd like to do that.
I'm doing well. This is a special project for me. And I've done producing as well. It was my first time in my life. So I really enjoy the creation with the creator, writers, actors, crew. So it was a great session between East meets West, you know. So very meaningful and a good message to the world, I think. You know, other culture mixing together, learning each other, respect each other, and then aim to same goal. And then we did it. I think it's another good story for telling to the world.
I mean, you feel something special when you're making it, but you just feel it at the time, and you don't really foresee what that might mean, and you kind of just feel good while you're making it and getting to explore with everyone.
Yeah.
And then this is all, as you said, worlds upon you.
Whirlwind? I think you said the word whirlwind.
But it's also whirlwind.
You might be stuck.
Does that word work like that? World.
We can make it work right now. We didn't kind of expect all of this. We felt really great about what we made, especially after getting to watch it a few years after making it. We knew it was something special. But you just don't consider all of this. You don't consider that you're going to be here and that people are going to receive it this well, to the point where we would be on this carpet. So just remaining grateful and just staying humble and remembering that what brought us here in the first place, which is the wonderful work that we got to do together.
Oh, it meant the world.
Yeah, I mean, we're thrilled at the response to the film. It takes about 4 years to make these movies, and you never know how people are going to connect to it, you hope, but it's been amazing to hear the response to the film.
And it's been beyond anything that we ever expected. We were hoping that a lot of people would identify and enjoy the film, and it's kind of a testament to the idea of telling a story about our emotions, because we all have them, no matter where you are in the world. And I don't know if this is good or bad, but a lot of us are feeling anxious. And so a lot of people could respond to the story that we told. Going into this, it's been hard. We're all recovering from the pandemic, right? And it's been really hard for families in particular. Are they going to come back to the theaters, or are they just going to watch it at home? And going into this, we weren't sure what was going to happen. And boy, did they respond and show up. And this has been a wonderful, wonderful year for animation. And I hope that 2025 is even more, both with originals and with sequels. I really think we're going to see a lot of people going back to the theaters, as I feel like we saw it this year.
First, it's very moving because it's the 4th time I come to the Globes, and it's great to be back to start with, but to be back with a film with Fernanda Torres, who's the daughter of Fernanda Montenegro, that was, the main actress in Central Station, the first film. That is very touching as well. So it's as if the Brazilian cinema as a whole is being represented by this coincidence. Yeah.
I love the book so much. It was like a big part of my growing up years. So I'm up for any kind of story that they tell, even the new stuff, the prophecy, everything. I love the world so much, and I think Timothy was extraordinary. He's really wonderful as Dylan. I don't know if you've had a chance to see it. I saw it recently, and he's just extraordinary. He's an extraordinary actor.
It's very out of body. I love this. I love Agatha all along so much. I love that witch so much. And so to have the show recognized at all in any of these has been really sweet for all of us. It's like a hard show to make, a very meaningful show to make. And so yeah, it feels really good when it's something you're so proud of.
Why was it hard? Like, can you talk a little bit about what they asked?
It was just, we had a lot to accomplish. Like, there was a lot to accomplish, but we had the most incredible group of actors. Jack Schaefer, who wrote it, is a spectacular human being. So yeah, it was just like, yeah, but I mean, how important it was and how nourishing it was outweighed anything. I would do it again 1,000,000 times.
Well, first of all, I wanted to work with Alfonso Cuarón, and I got to work with Gabby, who you've worked together for years. And something we talked about a lot was there's a lot of incursions and conflicts going on around the world, but there's a massive war going on, and that's who controls the narrative, this battle for one truth. And so I think it's a really subtle, nuanced thing where Alfonso's really playing with the form of narrative storytelling. And then you have the characters, and then you have the plot. So you don't get anywhere by telling people what to think. I don't think that's what any art form is trying to do. And, I do think you can be artful and for the small screen. And let's face it, people are going to watch these things with often 2 or 3 screens up at the one time. You don't know how people are going to consume what you've made. So, but I do think it's important to kind of make something that touches people, you hope.